Right, I'm Jeff Dello, and you're Ian?
Yep, Ian Shaw, watch manager at Ulverston Fire Station. Okay, I'm just wanting to use Jeff's blog as a way of communicating with the public of Ulverston and also other areas in South Cumbria about the alterations and the changes that have been made to cover for this area. I'm sure most people aren't aware, but there's changes being planned to reduce the cover at Ulverston, to get rid of one of the fire engines, which is retained or on call, so people have got other jobs. I've got a crew of 18 firefighters at the moment. They've all got other jobs, and we supply a service to Ulverston that's second to none. The cover that we give, the professionalism that we show, we can hold our heads with anybody in the fire service, whether that's regular or retained. The proposals are that one of the fire engines will go. We'll lose 6 firefighters through redundancy, and the proposal also states, which sounds great, that there'll be a full-time or a regular crew from Barrow is going to be moved to Ulverston so that they can provide that cover for the one fire engine that's going to go. The proposals that the full-time pump or the regular crew from Barrow with their fire engine are going to come in. It sounds good, but they're not going to sit at Ulverston waiting for the calls to come in for Ulverston. They're going to be out and about. They're going to be any calls that get to Barrow. Obviously, it's a big industrial unit, a big industrial area. They've got some high-risk businesses, industrial sites and things like that. So they're going to be going. They're based in Ulverston, but they're going to be spending quite a lot of their time in the Barrow area, which would leave Ulverston down to the one pump retained crew. Now, when we've got a crew of 12 and we've got to man at least 4, it's really difficult to guarantee that we'll keep that minimum level of 4, which unfortunately means that we're going to be having 0 cover for the Ulverston area, and I would imagine for quite some time. Obviously, we'd have to look at the cover, but everybody else has got full-time jobs. They've got to work the main job as well as a cover for Cumbria Fire and Rescue Service.
So I didn't realise, are there any people here are full-time?
Yes, I have. I've got, for the Ulverston crew, I've got 4 firefighters who are also regular firefighters at Barrow Fire Station.
So obviously you're on shifts?
Yeah, we all work. If they work in shifts, then when you finish your main job, you come back into Ulverston. You could have done a night shift. You're on call. Your alerter goes off, and you respond straight away.
So all the others, you've got 4 full-time, and then you've got 14 part-time.
Yeah.
So they've got full-time jobs, and they just come in when required.
Yeah. But everybody does. Everybody. That's how it works.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter whether you're a full-time firefighter or you're what they call a regular firefighter now, or you're a painter and decorator, a fruit and veg man. When your work finishes, we've got a rota that we work to, a computerised rota, where we can book our hours of availability, and then we work to that. So we know at all times how many firefighters we've got on call.
Yeah, but that's already an extremely efficient way of operating.
Absolutely. We've got 2 pumps at Ulverston, and I can guarantee that we get 1 pump out of the door through the day, any time, day or night. 2 pumps most of the time, but 1 pump, even with the system that we've got with the retained or the on-call firefighters. So the cost of an on-call firefighter is a fraction of a regular firefighter.
Can you hazard a guess roughly how much it costs?
I would say that you'd be getting 5 or 6 on-call firefighters for 1 regular firefighter.
What kind of figure in money?
Well, you're looking at sort of £5,000, £6,000 per year for a retained or on-call firefighter, and around £30,000 for a.
So we're talking about saving £30,000 for 6 people, basically.
Yeah.
Part-time.
Yeah.
And that must be peanuts compared with the overall costs.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm not a councillor, I'm not a politician.
No.
But yeah,
but there are some savings that are so trivial that why make them?
Well, there's nothing cheaper to run than a retained fire station.
Can you give me an impression of how you see things developing across the country with the unrest that's occurring? Are there more incidents of disruption, have you heard, in other parts of the country, in cities, with the unrest that we've got with the economic situation?
Well, you know, obviously, Ulverston, we're quite sheltered here, but yeah, obviously we've had riots in major cities over the last few years. I can't.
No, I know it's
comment
just
on
you can't.
those. Really, you know, I don't know about those, but yeah, it's not going to get any better, I don't think.
I just want
Having said that, the Cumbria Fire Service, you know, is quite a busy service for the area that we cover. You know, and we do a really good job. Everybody in Cumbria Fire and Rescue Service do a good job to cover the area that we've got, with the appliances that we've got, with the staff that we've got. We do a really good job. And it's no disrespect to anybody, but I just don't think that the changes that are being proposed, A, will save money, all right, and B, will give us a better service. I don't think they will.
You will save some money, but it's so small.
It's such a small amount, but it won't save money in Ulverston, because you're going to take a retained crew out or a part-time crew out and put a full-time crew in.
Oh, so, I see what you mean.
So Cumbria Fire and Rescue Service might be saving some money by, the proposals are that Dalton Fire Station will close, and I know my colleagues at Dalton are fighting that one on quite a strong basis. So Dalton would close, Barrow would lose one fire engine that would come to Ulverston, but like I said, it's almost a lose-lose, because that fire engine is going to spend a lot of its time travelling up and down the A590, getting back to the higher risk area of Barrow, so Ulverston won't have that cover, and Barrow are going to lose 20 minutes or so every time that appliance has to leave Ulverston to go to Barrow. So they've got a slower response, and we've got an appliance that isn't going to be here that often. So
now I'm just looking around, and there's one, I call them engines, okay?
That's all right.
You call them pumps. There's one here and there's another one here. Is that right? There's two here.
Two fire
so are you saying in the future there would only be one here?
No, what I'm saying is there will be two, right? But one of them will be a regular, so it'll be fully manned.
Right.
All right. But what I'm saying is that fully manned appliance, it's impossible for it. Ulverston has, on average, 150 to 200 call-outs a year.
Right.
So we have 3 to 4 call-outs on average a week.
Yeah.
That doesn't, in my opinion, warrant a whole-time station sat here for 4 call-outs a week.
Okay. But if you're covering Barrow as well, then you need two engines available.
Yes.
One to cover.
But my problem is that Barrow fire engine, or the fire engine that's going to be sat at Ulverston, won't actually be in Ulverston all the time. It's going to be out of Ulverston quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't guarantee that with a crew of 12 that I can turn out that second appliance using on-call firefighters or retained firefighters. So therefore, Ulverston, in theory, could have no cover. Or no cover in Ulverston. It would have to rely on neighbouring stations coming in.
Given the southern area, that's, I imagine you're part of an area covering Barrow up to Kendal and that.
We don't go as far as Kendal, to be fair, but we do.
But the authority that's don't. How many, I call them engines, are going to be in effect in the future under the new proposal? Are they cutting back the overall number of engines in the area?
The ones that I know of around this area are the Barrow pump. Barrow losing one that's coming to Ulverston. Ulverston will then lose one appliance. Dalton will.
So overall,
together. In this area, the two that I'm talking about, I'm trying to raise a profile for, the two at the north of the county. There's cuts as well.
No, just kind of this area.
No, well, so a lot of the 2 pump, like Grange used to be a 2 pump station.
Right.
All right, and they've gone down from 2 pumps down to 1 pump and a Land Rover.
Right.
All right. So there's very little room to cut that unless you want to get rid of the Land Rover. But that's for specific risk for grass fires and things like that.
Okay. So now, how many pumps cover the Barrow and Ulverston area?
Well, we've got obviously 2 at Ulverston. If we had a big job, we would request additional support. We would have Dalton. We've got Grange, Broughton, Coniston, Barrow, Walney if they had to. But they tend to stay.
And under the new proposal, you wouldn't have as many?
No, we wouldn't have as many. So we wouldn't have Dalton.
Right.
And Barrow appliances, we would have lost an appliance, and then Barrow would be in here.
Right.
Allegedly.
So, for instance, if Glaxo have a major fire,
Yeah.
the response time to get that in hand is going to be longer because the pumps are going to have to come from a lot further afield.
Yeah, the initial response could be the same, all right, or maybe a few minutes quicker if the full-time crew is here, all right. But
in terms of quantity,
for the oncoming appliances,
support,
it's going to be taking longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
All right.
Anything else you wanted to tell me?
No, I don't think so. We just we've got to go to a council meeting on Monday,
Yeah.
the 2nd, just to let the councillors know our feelings, because
yes.
you know, we've been a little bit slow off the mark here to sort of get this message out to the public.
Right. Good.
So that's what we're trying to do.
And any members of the public who'd like to go along and support you would be welcome.
Please come along on the 2nd of
I know
December.
I've talked to the guys in the pub there, and Peter Hanks, for one, is going to come along, and that's great.
No, that'd be great. Anybody who can come along, the more people we can get to back us, you know, the better. So that'd be great. Much appreciated. If anybody, you know, has got the time to come to the council meeting on Monday the 2nd of December at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. No, from my experience, the more people turn up, the stronger the point that's made. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Jeff.